Howdy, folks, and welcome to another day in the Milky Way. And I'm glad to be here tonight with all of you. Got a great show for you. It's going to be kind of a short one, so stick around, and it's going to be fun. We're going to learn all about good things. The dog keeps whining because he's sleeping. Anyway, tonight we're going to talk about sigils, and we're going to talk about words and magic. And as you can see behind us, that's where it all starts. But we're gonna share screens, and we're gonna do our thing, and we're gonna do all kinds of good stuff. But I want to thank you all for coming. Your valuable time, spending it here with me. I really enjoy it, and I'm glad that I can be just as part of this world and share my information with you that I find, and we can all get along together. And thank you. Remember, hit the like, share, and subscribe button, please. Share it with your friends, and hit the big subscribe button. I hope we're doing pretty good. We've been gaining a lot of subscribers. I'm hoping that's my hard work paying off. And tonight we're going to talk from this book here. This is Word Magic. Word Magic by Pa Chang. Po Chang? Whatever. We're going to start here. The conception of spells. Why are we doing this show tonight? This show is because it is Halloween coming up. And all of October, we're going to try really hard to do shows pertaining to magic, spells, Halloween, spooky stuff. Yeah, all that kind of good things. We're going to do spooky things and spells, and you're going to learn about the world that you live in so you know how to navigate through it. So now we're going to get down to it. And so I'm going to share my screen with all of you so you got the gist of what I'm talking about. Conception of spells. The spell appears to have arisen from the idea that there is some natural and intimate connection between the words and the things signified by them. Thus, if one repeats the name of a supernatural being, the effect will be analogous, and that the product by itself being, it is assumed that all things are sympathetic connection, and the act of retracts upon one another. Things that have once been in contact continue to act on each other even after the contact has been removed. This is important. People in ancient Egypt believed that certain secret names of gods, demigods, and demons unknown to human beings might be discovered and used against them by the discoverer. So, oops, didn't mean to change that. Now we get to the Bible stuff. One of the most important books that is largely composed of mythical, magical, and historical stories is the Bible. Most, if not all, the stories of the Bible are full of myths, legends, and parables, riddles, and magic spells. When these biblical stories are deciphered into knowledge, and the knowledge is used wisely, they can empower people to achieve spiritual freedom and enlightenment. On the other hand, when they are read literally without discriminant, and their myths and legends, parables and riddles are not deciphered properly, they can curse people and prevent them from achieving spiritual freedom and enlightenment. The Bible is a holy and magical book, which is why some of the books of the Bible are called Gospels. Yes, they are called Gospels. God's spells. Yes. Okay, the Gospel of John. The word gospel is derived from the Old English word God spell. God means good, and spell means story or message, which literally means good spell. Therefore, the word God spell can be translated as God spells or spells of God. Let us turn our attention back to the word spell as a verb. Dictionary.com defines it as to name, write, or otherwise give letters in order to the word as a noun, it defines the word spell as a word, phrase, or form of words supposed to have magical power, charm, incantation, or state or period of enchantment, based on the information and definitions in the paragraph. Yeah. Oh, here we go. I hope this is the right one. Magic. Oh, this is magic. And this word magic. Okay, what word was this? Incantation. Oh, I got these up. Yeah, wrong. Oh, I messed that up. I'm sorry. Got the incantation word, gospel. Anyway, this is the next one. Incantation. Here we go. There, incantation. Magic, power, charm, and incantation are state or period of enchantment based on the information and definitions in the paragraph. And the previous few paragraphs, the word spell has a strong connection to magic and spelling. For you to understand this connection or the deeper level, you need to explore the concept of spells. The Columbia Encyclopedia, the edition 1950, describes the concept of spells using the interactive words. Word formula or incantation, believed to produce a magical effect. Belief in the spell is based on the idea that by naming a vague power, one can focus on the power on a desired end, and consequently there is an intimate connection between the word and the thing denoted by it. It is similar to the belief that the name of a man is identical with his self. The spell could be used for evil or good deeds. If evil, it was a technique of sorcery. Many authorities believe that the word was the persecutor of prayer. The spell was a tectonic form of exercising occult power and was sometimes used to summon the spirits of departed heroes to give prophetic utterances. One cast a spell was supposed to remain in force until broken by the counterspell or exorcism. Well, there you go. And I looked it up for you. Here you go. Incantation, the performance of words that are believed to have a magical effect when spoken or sung. For you to understand spells more deeply, you need to explore the art of magic. There you go, magic. For remember, magic is defined as the art of producing a desired effect or result through the use of incantation or various other techniques that presumably assure human control of supernatural agencies or the force of nature. It can also mean the art of influencing or predicting events and producing marvels using hidden nature forces. Keep in mind that magic is the art that uses occult hidden secret knowledge to access certain spiritual powers, to control energy, to cause or change according to the will. Based on these concepts and definitions of magic, the act of using the mind to manifest thoughts into reality is a form of magic. However, this act falls into the category of esoteric internal magic. Most people who practice magic often like to use magic tools outside of them to help them cast spells. This is known as esoteric magic. A popular magic tool that makes practitioners use to help them casting spells is a sigil. There you go, word for magic. A word said by someone performing a trick to help them work successfully. Here you go, sigil. That's what we're going to talk about next. Popular magic tool that magic practitioners use to help them cast spells is a sigil, meaning a sign or a word or device held to have occult power, astrology, or magic. What most people do not know about sigils is that they are all around them. For example, the logos. What is a logo? This started out way back then. Logos of corporations that people see on buildings and TV commercials are in many ways sigils. We design correctly, sigils can be used in the summon spirits and casting spells. This is why corporate logos can be used to influence people's minds. So I looked up logos, and we're going to look up this. And this says, well, where does it come from? That's what I wanted to know. Logos was a Greek philosophy and early Christian theology. See, it always boils down to the Bible. The divine reason, implic, in the cosmos, ordering it, giving it form and meaning. Although the concept is also found in Indian, Egyptian, and Persian philosophical and theosophical systems, it became particularly significant in Christian writings and doctrines as a vehicle for conceiving the role of Jesus Christ as the principle of God active in the creation and the continuous construction of the cosmos and in revealing the divine plan of salvation to human beings. It is thus underlies basic Christian doctrine of the pre-existence of Jesus. The idea of the logos in the Greek thought harks back to the 6th century BC philosopher Herodotus, who discerned in the cosmic process a logos analogous to the reasoning power in humans. Later, Socrates, philosophers who followed the techniques of the thinker Zeno in the 4th and 3rd centuries BCE, defined the logos as an active, rational, and spiritual principle that premeditately all reality. They called the logos providence, nature, God, and the soul of the universe, which is composed of many semi-logi that are contained in the universal logos. In the universal logos, Philo Judaeus, Philos Alexandria, first century Jewish philosopher, taught the logos was the intermediary between God and the cosmos, being both the agent of creation and the agent through which human mind can be apprehended and comprehend God. According to Philo and Middle Platonists, philosophers who interpreted the religious terms and teachings of Plato, the logos was intimate in the world and at the same time transcendent, divine mind. In the first chapter of the Gospel, according to John, Jesus Christ is identified as the Word, incarnated or made flesh. This identification of Jesus as the Logos is based on the Old Testament, or the Hebrew Bible, concepts of revelation, such as occurs in the frequently used phrase, the word of the Lord, which cannot ideas of God, activity, and power. And the Jewish view of the wisdom is the divine agent that draws humans to God and is identified with the word of God. The author of the gospel, according to John, used the philosophical expression which easily would be recognizable to its readers in the Hellenistic, the Greek culture world, to emphasize the redemptive character of the person of Christ, whom the author describes as the way and the truth and the life. Just as the Jews have viewed the Torah, the laws, as pretext with God, so also the author of John viewed Jesus, but Jesus came to be regarded as the personification, source of life, and illumination of the humankind. St. John interprets the logos as an inseparable form, the person of Jesus, and does not imply that the logos is a revelation that Jesus proclaims. Well, there, just telling you that it says that Jesus is the Word. If he's the Word, well, maybe he's just the word in the book. Is he made up? It's a good question. Is he like the logo? When you see the Jesus figure, you automatically think of the Bible stuff. It's kind of hand in hand. Now we get into this. Okay, when designed correctly, sigils can be used. Let's see. Okay, where we skip through here. Big corporations of the world are well aware of the power of logos, sigils. This is why many of them hire experts in astrology and other magic arts to design their corporate logos. It is important to remember that the letters of the alphabet are also sigils. Each of these letters, sigils, represents a will of God, esoterically. Each of letters are the building codes of matter. For example, in the genes, there are 4 letters, A, T, G, and C, that are used by the body to create genetic codes to translate energy into amino acids and proteins, which in turn become flesh. The magic art that allows the body to transform letters into amino acids, proteins, flesh cells, organs, and other body parts is known as the art of alchemy. The word alchemy is defined as a form of chemistry and speculative philosophy practiced in Middle Ages and Renaissance, of course. They wanted to make metal. But anyway, enough of that. Well, we are going to talk about sigils. We got a little time. I'm going to spend 5 minutes on talking about sigils. And like they said, big corporations, they use these sigils they have astrologers and scientists and wizards all figuring this stuff out. And if you haven't known, look at that. Do you recognize any of these? I do. This is the Apple symbol, Shell, Twitter, Target. I don't know what this one is. Here we go. Then we got Volkswagen. This Subaru, Ferrari, Lamborghini, Ford, BMW, all of these things have meanings. Many, many more. This is Bluetooth. I don't know why that means Bluetooth, but it does. McDonald's, Amazon, a few of these other ones I don't recognize. There you go. There's the Adidas. There's the Nike swoosh. Look at these. I recognize these. Pizza Hut, Domino's, Animal Planet. I don't know. I remember what that one is. This is Starbucks. I don't know what this one is. This one's Wikipedia, Panda, Apple. Tostitos. Look at the hidden thing in there. Look at that. Looks like people. There's a bowl. It looks like a 6. We got, there's something hidden in that, I'm sure. The joining of the people between the two people up there, it looks like a chip. It's trying to tell you something. Here's more brands. Logos with hidden meanings. Let's look at these hidden meanings. Let's get right into it. Clothing logos with hidden meanings. Look at Burberry. This British company is best known for the famous Burberry plaid, which aligns its signature garb line of raincoats. But it was raincoats themselves that were revolutionary when they were introduced in the late 19th century. At the time, they were among the most weather-resistant winter jackets on the market. The original Burberry logo was designed in 1901 and nicknamed the Equestrian Knight. If you look closely, you can see that the knight is riding a unicorn, an emblem of the Burberry family. The knight carries a banner emblazoned with Latin and posturum, meaning forwards. This, along with the knight's armor, is a symbol of the company's pioneering strides in outerwear. As of 2018, Burberry removed the knight from their logo. I wonder why. Rolex. Now we all know what this. We've all heard of Rolex. Clothing the most recognized crown logo Rolex watches, but the logo is represented for a crown of every achievement is less well known. This slogan refers to the tradition of giving watches as awards or gifts to mark a career milestone, a tradition which was still prevalent when the logo was trademarked in 1925. The colors are also symbolic. Rolex founders Wildorf and Davis wanted gold to symbolize excellence in watchmaking and the green to symbolize prosperity. See, every color, every stroke is a symbol of something. Here we got Adidas. Now, who hasn't worn some Adidas shoes in their lifetime, huh? 3 stripes were associated with Adidas, having been around since 1949 and were created by a company founder, Adidas Dassler. The company's first slogan was literally the brand with 3 stripes. In 1972, Adidas brand branched out into apparel and created a new logo incorporating the 3 stripes known as the trefoil. Its intersecting shapes signify the diversity and the potential of Adidas brand. Today, the stripes are used on certain Adidas products, but is still one of the most recognized clothing logos because of the popularity of Adidas trekkwear in the 1980s. In the 1990s, Adidas introduced a new logo design in which the three stripes were slanted to look like a mountain. This represents the climb to reaching your personal and athletic goals. Lacoste, look at the big alligator. There is an interesting story behind the crocodile, or alligator, sorry. Apparently, it came from a bet Lacoste made with the captain of a French Davis Cup team. The captain said he'd give Lacoste a crocodile skin suitcase if he won the match. Lacoste didn't win the suitcase, but he did get the nickname out of it, referring both the distinctive flair of his dressing and his finesse of the competitor. When Lacoste launched his apparel brand, he made the logo a crocodile so it would be recognizable to his fans. Well, there you go. Hermes logo meaning is known for its accessories of high-end leather goods. They've been around for 180 years, but the horse and carriage logo has only been around since the 1950s. At the brand's founding, the early 19th century, the leather offering included bridles, reins, and other implements for high-class gentlemen's carriages, and they created a logo that referenced this heritage. Now, who hasn't had some Levi Strauss in their life? Levi Strauss & Company has two clothing logos, and both have hidden meanings. Levi's actually labeled their men's jeans the Two Horse brand until 1928. The slogan is referred in the company's very first logo. In 1873, Levi's patented the process of securing points of strain in the seams of clothes with rivets, so they lasted longer. They illustrated the strength of their product with a tag showing two horses trying and failing to pull a pair of blue jeans apart, as you can see by the picture. See, you can see them. They're tugging a war on a pair of blue jeans. Some of the ones they got now will probably wouldn't last very long. I don't know which one this is, but this is. Let's skip over this. There's another logo. This crusades during the 12th century, taking vows to wear their armor at all times so they would be consistently ready for battle. Okay, skip over this one. Here's another one. It's a fragrance maker. This fragrance maker's logo is the coat of arms of Marie Louise, Duchess of Parma, who ruled from 1816 to 1847. She was Napoleon's second wife. The Duchess also gave her name to the Parma violet, which she made her personal symbol, even substituting a drawing for one of the signatures on her letters. The perfume derived from it, Violetta de Parma, was originally formulated especially for her by a local monastery. She poured funding into the monks' research on perfume formulation, eventually becoming a major contributor to the development of the fragrance industry in Parma. She's directly connected to the monastery. However, the use of the coat of arms to honor her contributions to the field of perfume. They made beard oil and perfume and cologne. Louis Vuitton. Yes, Louis Vuitton. Monogram of the Louis Vuitton luggage is one of the best known clothing logos. It has designed Louis' son George hasn't changed since the 1890s. Small flower-like design, the decorative products were also established very early in the company's existence, and they were inspired by Japanese cherry blossom patterns. Louis Vuitton was famously interested in protecting his reputation and the authenticity of his products. Both the monogram and the symbols were intended as seals of quality to prevent forgeries, and this is why they still are iconic today. Tommy Hilfiger. In keeping with his preppy style, nautical theme, Tommy Hilfiger's logo is inspired by Seymour's flag symbols. The red and white part of the logo is the symbol for H, which of course is Hilfiger's initial. Oh yeah, I guess if you look at it, that would be H. H is also shortened for there's a pilot on board, which is less relevant. The blue and the red, white colors hark back to both Tommy Hilfiger's preppy marine style and his American spirit. Well, I don't know. I've never seen that logo before, but anyway, we'll skip over it. There's another one. Walmart. Have you ever seen this logo? Yes, look at the symbol here, the big star with the six spikes. And I think that's all I have. So, I hope, oops, I'll stop sharing. There we go. I'm back. Look at that. Well, anyway, I hope you enjoyed this little bit of information on logos and sigils and how the sigils are embedded into the logos for different reasons. Everything in those logos represents something. You and me just don't know anything about it. And as we were reading, that the logo goes way back to the before BC era. You know, the representation of the word, using a symbol to be a connection to God. Who would have thought that? Well, anyway, just go out and study the world around you. There's all kinds of things. Words or spells, and every letter of the alphabet is part of a sigil. And that sigil is a connection between you and the other side or the other world or the magical world, being in the magic. Remember, magic is powerful and spells. Words create spells, and your word is your mouth, and you can speak it into reality. Well, I hope you all learned something from this. I know I did. So remember, go out. Be the frequency you want to receive, everyone. I love y'all. Peace, everybody.